Good day, everyone. You're welcome once again to Math Fusions. For our lesson today, we shall be looking at how to solve fractions using BODMAS. How to solve fractions using BODMAS. I'm going to be showing to you using two examples to explain how we are going to use BODMAS to solve fractions. And as we continue in this lesson, I want you to stay with me all through to the end, because at the end you are still going to discover more ways we can be used to solve that can be used to solve fractions. So if you are ready, let's get started. Now, before we go into the question today, we have to talk about BODMAS. When we say BODMAS, this is a method that we use in solving fractions that tells us the way the operations, the order in which the operations shall be taken. So the B there means bracket, the O there means off, the D means division, the N means multiplication, the A means addition, and the S means subtraction. So I'm going to be showing to you how to use BODMAS to simplify fractions. Now, in the first question given to us here, we are told to simplify 1 upon 2 of 1 upon 4 divided by 1 upon 3 all upon 1 upon 6 minus 3 upon 4 plus 1 upon 2. So how do we solve this problem? Let's start with the solution. Now, I would like to mention here also, before we continue, that this question is taken from WASSCE 2011, that is West African Senior School Certificate Examination. So to start with, we are going to be looking at how do we solve this problem. Let us first of all rewrite this question out again. So we have 1 upon 2 of 1 upon 4 divided by 1 upon 3, then all upon 1 upon 6 minus 3 upon 4 plus 1 upon 2. Then we put our equality sign. Now, the first thing we do is this. According to BODMAS, don't forget we are using our BODMAS, which tells us the order of operation to start with. Now, the BODMAS says if there's a bracket in this fraction, we start with the bracket, but as you can see, there's no bracket. Then the next thing we see here is O, which represents off. And as you can see, we have off here in the numerator. So we are going to simplify these two terms first before we talk about what to do. So we write here as half, then the off means multiplication, then we write our 1 upon 4, then divide by 1 upon 3, then all upon. We already know that at the denominator here we are going to take the LCM of 6, 4, and 2. So for that reason we are going to draw this line, and we take the LCM of 6, 4, and 2, and that will give us 12. I'm sure you know how to get the LCM of numbers. Now, since we've gotten the denominator at this point as 12, we use 6 to divide this 12 to give us 2 times 1. That will give us 2. Then minus, we use this 12, divide this 12 here by this 4 to give us 3 times 3. That will give us 9. Then plus, we divide this 12 by 2 to give us 6 times 1. That will give us 6. Now, in the next step, we are going to simplify this by saying in the numerator here we say 1 times 1 to give us 1 upon 2 times 4 will give us 8. Then what we'll do next is that this division sign, we'll change it to multiplication. And whenever you change the multiplication and division to multiplication, you are going to reciprocate whatsoever you see here. So since we're having 1 upon 3, we are going to turn it upside down to become 3 upon 1. So write it here, 3 upon 1. Then at the denominator, we are going to simplify. 2 minus 9 will give us minus 7. Minus 7 plus 6 will give us what? Minus 1. So write it out, minus 1 upon 12. Now let's get back to the numerator. At the numerator, we are going to multiply out. 3 times 1 will give us 3. Then upon 8 times 1 will give us 8. Then this line you see here, which is the over line, okay, this line means division, all right, and then your minus 1 upon 12 comes in there. Okay, now the next step is we are going to do exactly what we did here. Okay, remember when we're having a division sign, we change to times, and then we reciprocated what we have here. The same thing we're going to do here now. We are going to change this division to times, and then we are going to reciprocate this. So our negative 1 upon 12 will become negative 12 upon 1. Now, as you can see here, there is a number down here and there is a number up here that can, and the highest common factor is what? Is 4. So 4 can divide 8 to give us 2. 4 can divide this to give us what? 3. Now, if you multiply 3 times 3, that will give us 9. Don't forget the negative sign is there. So we put the negative sign, I'll write the 9. Then upon 2 times 1 will give us 2. So there you have it. That is going to give us the solution to this first question. I'm sure you follow me through this particular example. Now let us see how we can extend that concept of BODMAS to solving a second problem here. Now, as you can see in this second example, we have to simplify 3 upon 4 minus 2 upon 5, then all in brackets, then minus 1 upon 3, then of 3 upon 10, all divided by 2 minus into bracket 1 over 1 3 upon 7. Now if you check this number here at the denominator, you see that it's a mixed number, so we need to change it towards improper fraction. That's the thing I want you to have in mind. So let us get started. Now, how do we solve this problem, this example 2? Like we did before, we are going to write this question out. So here we have 3 upon 4, then minus 2 upon what? 5, then minus 1 upon 3, then of what? Of 3 upon 10, all sitting on, then here we have 2 minus into bracket. Now here's what we're going to do here now. Okay, at this point I'm going to turn this mixed number into mixed fraction. So by using 7 to times 1, that will give us 7 plus 3, that will give us 10. So underneath here I'll write 10 upon 7. Okay, so let's move to the next step. Now in the next step, we introduce the concept again of what? BODMAS. And according to BODMAS, if the B there stands for bracket, so we come here. Do we have a bracket in this expression? Yes, we have a bracket here. So which means we are going to start first of all by simplifying this bracket. How do we do so? Look for the LCM of 4 and 5. The LCM of 4 and 5 will give us 20. So we come here, put in our bracket, and we'll rule a line, put the LCM 20 at this place. Then if we divide 20 by 4, it will give us 5. 5 times 3 will give us 15. Then minus 5 into 20 will give us what? 4. 4 times 2 will give us 8. Alright, so we're having 15 minus 8 upon 20. Alright, then at this point here we have minus. Now after the bracket, you see we have off. So the next operation we are going to take here is to convert these two numbers, the off here, to times. Okay, so we are going to have 1 upon 3, then times. Now in multiplying we have 3 upon 10, all sitting on. Here we have 2 minus what? We open our bracket. Now take a look at this number here. We have 1 upon 10 upon 7. Okay, so what this means is that we are taking the reciprocal of 10 upon 7. So to do this now, we are going to write it as 7 upon 10. So once we take the reciprocal of this 10 upon 7, it gives us 7 upon 10. Reciprocal means you just turn the number upside down. Okay, so that's what we have here in this step. Now in the next step, we are going to simplify. 15 minus 8 will give us what? 7. Then 7 upon what? 20. Then here we have minus what? 3 here, we cancel 3 here. Then you are left with 1 upon 10. How do we get this 1 upon 10? 1 times 1 will give us 1. 1 times 10 will give us 10. Now we come here, we put our line this way, and then we simplify this by taking the LCM. This whole number you see here 2 can be written as a fraction by dividing it by 1. Then we can take the LCM of 1 and 10 to give us 10. Now 10 times 2 will give us 20. Then minus 10 into 10 is 1 times 7. That will give us 7. Now in the next step, we are going to simplify this. Here in the numerator, we already have the LCM there. What is the LCM of 20 and 10? If you want to get the LCM of 20 and 10, that of course you know it's going to be what? 20. 20 into 20 will give us what? 1. 1 times 7 will give us what? 7. Minus 10 into 20 will give us what? And 2. 2 times 1 will give us 2. Then all upon 20 minus 7 will give us 13. 13 over what? Over 10. So in the next step, we progress and we simplify. 7 minus 2 will give us 5. 5 over what? 5 over 20. Then here, this line, as you already know, means divide. We'll write it out. Then over here, we'll have what? 13 upon 10. And then we can go on. Don't forget, we can still divide this, okay? But let's still hang on a little while and simplify this. So here we have 5 upon 20. Change from division to times, and yes, what happened here? If you change from division to times, you are going to what? Reciprocate this. So 10 comes up and 13 comes down. So from what we have here, you can see that 10 will cancel here 1 and go in here to give us 2. So finally, 5 times 1 will give us 5 upon 2 times 13 will give us 26. So there you have it. This is going to be the answer to this question. I'm very sure you followed me through this example, and I'm sure you enjoyed this lesson. Please, before we come to an end of today's lesson, I want to encourage you to subscribe if you have not done so already, and also please share this video, like this video. You can leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this method I used in solving this particular fraction. Let me know if it is effective or not, and then you can give your suggestion as well. Having said this, I would like to see you in my next video.